If it wasn't obvious already, I like virtual reality. As my hours rack up and my headset breaks down, one thing always gets me feeling like I just inserted a USB first try. Tactility. Physically digging through a backpack, wrapping bandages, flicking shut the cylinder on a revolver, and doing super cool MLG knife tricks will never not be satisfying. This facet of VR is extremely hard to get right, however, which is why I was so drawn to The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. It seemed to be the epitome of 4D ASMR, but 10 hours later, the thing that dominates my thoughts about this game is a small detail way off in the distance. Can you see it? Right there. This is the Tower, the headquarters of an oppressive regime under the same name that acts as the main antagonist of the story. The Tower is a constant reminder of everything wrong in the world of The Walking Dead. It's the only unnatural light in the night sky, the only thing powerful enough to disrupt nature and the constant growth it brings. The only piece of architecture left untouched by the countless walkers, raiders, and floods, a behemoth of a structure that looms over you wherever you go, just like the regime it houses. Whether you're stocking up at camp, fighting off a horde, infiltrating an enemy base, or just taking in the beautiful scenery, it's there. You cannot escape it. No matter how many zombies you kill, how many of the regime's soldiers you take down, you can never forget about the Tower. This is nothing new, though. Just a month ago, I felt the sheer magnitude of the Citadel in Half-Life Alyx, another oppressive tower from all the way back in 2004. But the reason I didn't get the same sense of dread seeing this monstrosity through the eyes of Gordon Freeman is, I believe, because of VR. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted featuring Dante from Devil May Cry and Knuckles with new funky mode is a wonderful, blissful experience full of corpse-filled fursuits and questionably legal activities. I grew up with the Fnaf series, so seeing Freddy and friends in stunningly modeled, fully animated VR was a dream come true. But actually it was a nightmare. These mechanical monsters were always a fright, but even to a 9-year-old me, were just characters on a screen. Their mechanical mass was lost on me as I just saw some JPEGs popping up in the cameras. The series has always played on the terrifying feeling of helplessness, of being in a position where all you can do is pick a god and pray. However, the gameplay usually took the brunt of this task, leaving the design of the animatronics as eye candy. Not anymore. From the very start, Help Wanted takes care to remind you that these are 7-foot mechanical monstrosities making their way to your main office. The title screen alone was enough to make me look at these characters I grew up with in a whole new flashlight. The fact that I, an above-average height male, look like a con compared to Pet Shop is terrifying. The sheer size of these kid-killing machines is jammed into my skull without the use of any gameplay. Scale in VR is a wonderful thing. It can be used as a way to ground the player, make them fear their very existence. But it isn't just a way to frighten. Scale can empower. When I climb a tower in Breath of the Wild, I don't feel accomplished. All I did was hold up on the joystick and occasionally press X. But climbing in Boneworks? After clawing my way up a wall, I just have to take a minute and look at how far I came. People always say it's the little things that make a big difference. And they're right. When showing off VR to my cousin, the first thing he did was get on his knees and stare at the rubble of a loading screen. This is the same kid whose attention span is shorter than Stadia's lifespan. VR allows for so many small and overlooked parts of the human experience to be utilized in art, and scale is just one example of that. I know a lot of this is abstract and hard to grasp without having first-hand experience, but ask anyone with VR and I'm sure they'll tell you the same thing. VR isn't just a new way to play games. It's a new frontier full of unique attributes that set it far apart from its contemporaries. If something can get my skin to crawl just by looking at some furries, how could it be just a gimmick?